their interventions. Abdullah Ba and Babu Sow, Banjul elders heavily involved in community policing, also took time to share their knowledge with participants. They observed that many crimes have been prevented in Banjul through community policing. Although they recognize that limitations exist, the fact that they are elders who lived through the years, he went on, they have been able to improve the prospects of community policing in the capital city. For Pa Hali, also one of the Banjul elders, one area that needs reinforcement in community policing efforts in Banjul is the battle against drugs.
All the heinous crimes which takes place in this community, my observation is most time it comes from drugs, which I think we should all fight. And that is our youth. We have to help them, and I think we should consider having a rehabilitation center as well. So I think it's about time that we have something like this. Because what we used to have in those days is Dara, but a lot of people don't send their children to Dara anymore.
From the side of the police force, Usman Jiba, Commissioner of Operations, said studies have it that the best way to prevent crimes is to always see oneself as a target. In other words, it is to be vigilant.
On the prevention, studies have shown that you never sit and think that it can only happen to someone else alone, to someone else, and not you. And you sit and do nothing to prepare yourself to take precautions and methods in case you are the perfect victim the criminal is looking for. You know, when you sit and think that this may happen to somebody over there, you don't know that the criminals are looking at you and they are interested.
During the deliberations, Sedi Khan of the Gambia Immigration Department and Abdullah Sise, Public Relations Officer of the National Drug Enforcement Agency, both drew the attention of the community to the roles they can play in the proper registration of aliens and the reduction of drug abuse. For most of the drugs trafficked across our porous borders, he observed, are destined for Banjul and its environs. Sidi Serikan is from the Child Welfare Unit of the Gambia Police Force. He reminded parents of their role in promoting the rights of children as enshrined in the Children's Act and other relevant documents.
Creating that atmosphere or safe environment, who should create that? Who? You see, this is where you featured in. And the parents and what? And who? And who again? Elders, you are part of where? In a society. And which society, which is that society called? The community. This is why you are important here. You see your role now here. Because here, there are certain issues which you know that is in the community, that there are some communities that you know they accept child abuse. But with you here, you can tell it, no, this is against the law.
The program was characterized by a question and answer session during which participants made contributions and sought clarifications on community policing and the role it plays in crime reduction. It is the end of another meeting, but the task ahead of Banjulians is to further help the law enforcers as they continue their battle against those that breach the law. Modou Lamin Sise, Grts News.
Residents of Kololi recently received an assortment of food items from the Turkish Red Crescent and the International Cooperation and Coordination Agency. Aji Ami Sise reports the donation was made through the Turkey-based Needy Foundation.
Since the government declared a state of food crisis, the international community has taken cue, bringing assistance in various forms to address the predicament in their country of origin. The latest form of assistance comes courtesy of the Gambian diplomatic mission in Turkey, with a donation of an assortment of food items and other condiments from the Turkish Red Crescent and the International Cooperation and Coordination Agency through the Needy Charity Foundation.
And during the discussion, Mr. Diouf further requested assistance from them in response to the Gambia government's appeal for food assistance due to bad harvest last year. Mr. Jem promised that they will freight the Kizilai aid and will also donate some more food aid to the Gambia.
Philanthropic work hardly goes without praise, especially when the beneficiaries are in their need of the help being offered. The food items which were presented to the community of Kololi was appreciated by the beneficiary community, with different speakers emphasizing the positive impact the food items will have in the lives of the beneficiaries.
The community need it, and she always helping us, and we know that it's not only her who went out. There are other people who went out, but what she can do, we don't see anybody doing that for us.
Extending a helping hand to the Gambian people by the Needy Charity Foundation sets the pace for other philanthropic agencies to follow, hoping the food crisis will be tackled in due time. For GRTS News, I am Aji Amisise.
Traveling on a particular feeder road linking the coastal village of Brufut and the Combo Coastal Road around this time of year used to be a nightmare, but that is not the case now. The road was recently given a new lease of life by members of a Brufut youth group that calls itself Fandima Kafo. Modulamin Sise tells us more about that development 4 months after its commencement.
It is a gateway to the coastal settlement of Brufut. A couple of rainy seasons ago, the condition of this road, which now enjoys a good volume of traffic, these youths of the Brufut Fandima Kafo told me was terrible, for it was unmotorable, thus leading to diversions which, according to the youths, doesn't help either.
What prompted us to do this exercise is that because we have realized that during the course of the rainy season, this road is a terrible, a terrible moment for people in Brufut. That is why we took it upon ourselves. I and my organization, we sit in our meeting and said this year, before the commencement of the rainy season, that we have to embark on rehabilitation exercise to fill the potholes in the village.
The Fandema Kafo began this self-help project 4 months ago. Improvements have been made, but the group is still undaunted. So I ask, what is keeping them going?
So the diversion is taking place every year, but this year it's getting better. Because other road they are taking it, diversion, they are spoiling their people's compound, yet is spoiling because of the main road is not correct. So recently we are trying to fill the gaps where the main problems are.
Usman went on to say that it is not only the community of Brufut that is affected by the poor condition of the route, but other communities as well.
Not even only Brufut, even the village at the back of Brufut, they all use this road. Neither here or that. Villages like Madiana, you have Tintinto, Mariama Kunda. They all use this road.
Demba Bojang alias Demba Kuntung joined the ranks of the youths following his impression with their work. The road, according to him, was a challenge to all businesses, especially for women who, according to him, used to find it very difficult to transport their goods to the Sarakunda market. Famara Drame, member of the Brufut Fandema Kafo, could not agree more with Demba Bojang. Brufut, he said, is a business community. Bad roads, therefore, constitute a threat to the lives and livelihoods of the community.
They are farmers, our parents go to the farm, vegetable gardening, they are fisher folks, so they use this road a lot to go to sell their produce outside the country, outside the town. And also you have a number of people going to work, applying from Brufut to work, and they are civil servants, they are other private workers. Sometimes they get delayed in going to work and they get late, so that's even not good for their work, and it's not. It delays the socio-economic, development of the country.
The youths are the workers, but the beneficiaries are the drivers and passengers that commute the road regularly. Sounding their opinion, they express their gratitude to the youths, noting that their intervention is highly welcomed and that the immediate impacts are being felt. Over the past 4 months, these youths have helped fill the biggest potholes on this road. Thousands have been spent on the process of making the road motorable and improving the drainage system. According to the Fandema Kafo, any form of support is welcomed. Modulamin Sise, GRTS News.
You can also follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website. That is at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. We're going to take a short break now. The news continues in just a moment.
RTS. From hard news.
I want to direct this question to the FAO.
The Human Interest Weekend Spectrum is the program that spices up your weekend with news, breaking events in and outside the Gambia.
Meet the people who inspire others to think and change the world.
These culminated experiences were able to show anybody in New York that I'm somebody who's tough and I'm able to survive, and carry out the work that I'm given. So it was a process, a tough one, but all in all, as I said, with the grace of Allah and with the support of parents and with the confidence of coming from a small country like Gambia and having a lot to prove.
Focus should be in strengthening families to ensure that they